From the gardens in Guwahati to the boardrooms in Bombay, here is a chartered accountant who didn't just crunch numbers, she made them dance. This CFA wielding, deal making dynamo has juggled 120 plus IPOs, 170 plus deals, and 2 children without breaking a sweat. Maybe, okay, just a little sweat. Starting from lower middle class roots, she is the living proof that you don't need a silver spoon, just a sharp brain, an Excel sheet will do. With others, when others were busy networking in Tier 1 cities, Mrs. Madhu was conquering the Tier 3 like a financial conqueror. She's worn more hats than a fashion show participant, co-founder of Pantamouth Group, ex-CEO of Edelweiss ARC, and now MD and CEO of the Wealth Company. But a crown jewel, becoming India's first woman to launch a mutual fund company. This is what she is. Known for her private equity style research, which means she digs deeper than an archaeologist. She's the SME pioneer and put the wealth in the wealth company and the power in woman-led finance. So buckle up. You are about to meet the woman who turned the boys' club into a co-ed institution, one deal at a time.
No one has described me so well.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, sir.
I am 72 now. So I don't take risks in investing. And I cannot take higher risk by asking a woman her age. Tell me, what would you prefer? Didi or MF Didi, compounding queen?
MF Didi.
MF Didi. That's so nice of you to hear. So let's go forward. It's fantastic to see a woman taking the lead in field that used to be such a male dominant or bastion. Just for a bit of fun and to inspire all of us, could you share 3 moments or achievements from your own journey that really made you think, wow, women are truly changing the game in this country?
My own experience?
Yes.
So first, it was, I was almost married at the age of 18. And all that family pressure, I could come over that and continue CA. I was pursuing chartered accountancy back then. And that year I appeared for CA Foundation and I got the First Lady Candidate Award.
Wow.
So which shut the entire, families, and neighbors, all the naysayers you have in your life who keep telling you in your ears all the time that you have to get married and wash utensils. So that was the first milestone which definitely gave me a lot of confidence. Second milestone was when I became the CFO at Edelweiss, of Edelweiss ARC. That was the second milestone which gave me another boost that yes, I can do much more than what I am doing. And that led me to found Pantamouth Group.
Okay, Pantamouth Group.
Yeah, just immediately after 3 months, I think I left Edelweiss and I started my own. So that was the second turning point. And the third turning point came in 2019 when we were at the peak of our business and we were the largest SME banker of India.
Wow.
And one fine day, we had more than 100-member team. One fine day, I decided against all 100 members, I decided that we will not do SME listings anymore. Because instead of creating impact, it was actually destroying, because of people get involved in a lot of speculation and trading and, chasing stock prices, whereas entrepreneurs should be chasing businesses and profits. And so that definitely takes a lot of guts for you to, say no when you were at the peak of your business. Okay, so
let me ask you, what age did you complete your CA?
23.
Wow, 23?
23.
Wow, that's so nice to hear. Okay, how does your concept of, I don't know how to pronounce it, womania, that is finance of women, translate into practical investment strategies and products at the wealth company?
So see, when you are a female, one is because of our traditional upbringing, responsibilities come naturally to you, right? Secondly, since we have so much to do in our lives, we don't have spare time to loiter around or linger around, right? So that keeps us focused. So that's what you'll see in most females, that they are very mature at a very young age. Second is, as I said, they are very disciplined also, because they know that they have to do so many things, compared to our male counterparts. And third, I've seen they are very long-term oriented. Like in our community, our ancestors and forefathers used to do a lot of speculation and trading and all, but I have never seen females do that. But they have always stood and managed the house, come what may, whether money there, not there. As I said, I come from a lower middle class family, so my ancestors would have seen more trouble than what I have seen. But they have always kept the sanity, kept the house in order and managed at whatever these females had. So females have this traditionally they have these qualities in them.
They have the quality. I endorse it. I fully endorse it. I've got 2 daughters, so I endorse it. Okay.
So nice.
Okay. MF Didi, you're always spoken to be passionate about financial empowerment. It's a love that you thought on the way. Many Muslim women here have shown great initiative in self-help groups, but they're still financially illiterate. So have you got any suggestion for them how they can participate and then manage their own finances? I would be happy if you can address them or answer this in Hindi so that the message goes directly to those people. Can you have some?
So sir, if आप अगर ये देखेंगे MF Didi का concept, so MF Didi का concept इसलिए आया मेरे दिमाग में बिकॉज जैसे मैंने बताया कम फ्रॉम दैट सेम बैकग्राउंड. उस टाइम पे इतनी आइडिया नहीं था कि व्हाट इज़ म्यूचुअल फंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन. उस टाइम इतना चलन भी नहीं था म्यूचुअल फंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन का. सो स्टार्टेड माई करियर एंड नाउ AIF PMS एंड देन केम इनटू म्यूचुअल फंड बिजनेस एंड दैट्स वेयर लास्ट ईयर इट स्टक टू मी दैट सच इतना बढ़िया बिजनेस है और महिलाओं के लिए स्पेशली. सी एज यू ऑल नो, महिलाओं जैसे मैंने बताया इतने काम हमारे पास रहते हैं तो हमें फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी चाहिए. एट द सेम टाइम ऐसा नहीं कि महिलाएं घर बैठना चाहती, वो काम करना चाहती है, बट 9 to 5 तो हर महिला नहीं कर पाती, राइट? हर महिला कैन नॉट अफोर्ड द काइंड ऑफ नैनीज वी ऑल लाइक एज आई वुड हैव नाउ, बट बैक देन आई वुड नॉट हैव. सो इतने काम को जगल करना उनके लिए अगर ऐसा बिजनेस अपॉर्चुनिटी मिल जाए कि उनके पास अगर दिन में 5 घंटे है, वीक में 4 दिन है, सच काइंड ऑफ एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप. सो दैट्स वेयर ये MF Didi का कॉन्सेप्ट हमने निकाला. 3 वीक पहले हमने लॉन्च किया. And you'll be happy to note that more than 1,200 females across the country have registered, solely by word of mouth. मैंने मेरा first LinkedIn post MF Didi के लिए डाला था.
Registered for what?
For MF Didi. MF Didi.
Wow.
So basically we will हम उनको NISM 5A की ट्रेनिंग दे रहे हैं एकदम लूसिड लैंग्वेज में, चाहे वो हमारी दीदी कश्मीर की हो, कन्याकुमारी की हो, गुवाहाटी की हो या जामनगर की हो, कहीं की भी हो, तो वो सारी दीदीज एक साथ ज्वाइन करती हैं. हम ऑनलाइन उनको ट्रेनिंग देते हैं, एकदम सिंपल लैंग्वेज में फाइनेंस सिखाते हैं उनको. एंड हमने एक व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप बनाया हुआ है, तो उसमें जो ग्रुप में तो मैसेजेस आते हैं, इट मेक्स यू फील सो सेटिस्फाइंग एंड समटाइम्स टीयर्स आ जाते हैं व्हेन दे राइट कि यार हमको फाइनेंशियल नॉलेज नहीं है, द वे वी आर बीइंग टॉट उससे हम कर पा रहे हैं कुछ, और दे आर लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड कि जैसे अभी 2nd वीक ऑफ अक्टूबर में दे विल ऑल अपीयर फॉर एग्जाम्स एंड दे विल, आई एम श्योर दे विल पास विद फ्लाइंग कलर्स. और उसके बाद दे लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड कि दिवाली तक, आई हैव गिवन देम अ टारगेट कि दिवाली तक each one of you should log in 1 case at least.
That's fantastic. You're talking about number of days, even number of hours they can spare in a day.
Absolutely.
Sometimes probably after the children go to school,
Absolutely.
probably after the males go back to their work or something, they can spend some time and doing. And believe me, this is a very good profession for ladies. I've seen it in my own family. Especially when the girls get married, when they go in their in-laws. I've got examples of some of my staff. Not only encouraging their own people, their in-laws, and then getting them out. So that's fantastic.
इसमें सर एक और चीज़ हमने देखा कि even we have, जैसे अभी we are traveling so many cities. I was in Patna, Bhubaneswar, Guwahati. We went to Nagpur. In Cochin, it so happened a young boy came अपनी मम्मी के साथ. He is just 22. मम्मी को लेके आए कि मैम आप मम्मी को सिखा दीजिए, मम्मी वो 60+, मम्मी को सिखा दीजिए MF Didi बनना.
Wow.
तो मम्मी ने अभी कोर्स ज्वाइन किया
at 60 plus.
At 60 plus.
Then I have to add something to you. My wife, she is past the MFD at the age of 65.
Wow, wow.
Oh, so that's add to it. Maybe I should go back and then tell her. Tell me something about what motivated you to get this ethical fund in being the first 3 or 4, among the first 3 or 4 in the wealth company.
So, sir, usse pehle, it is important to understand the group's DNA, right? So, when we started in 2014, on our holding company, the Pantomath Group ki website pe, if you will see, we have written there that we will never do things which are into animal killing, alcohol and gambling. So that principles are there since day one. उस टाइम जब पैसे की जरूरत थी तभी भी वी हैड लॉट ऑफ सच ट्रांजैक्शंस कमिंग आवर वे एंड क्रोर्स ऑफ फीस वाज टू बी मेड बट जब जरूरत थी तब वी हैव सेड नो एंड मेंटेन द सैनिटी एंड सो व्हेन जब हमें अप्रूवल मिला 18 जुलाई वी गॉट द सेबी लाइसेंस and immediately we filed all these 4 schemes and it included the first was an ethical fund in fact. So it's very close to our heart, number one. Number two, our lives, we live our lives such a way. Number three, even our products, our other, like we manage more than $1 billion in our category 2 AIF, right? We have 5 funds. Our AIF also is based on the same principles. In our AIF, we never invest in companies which are into animal killing or alcohol gambling.
That's very interesting.
Yes.
That's very interesting. AIF.
So the group's DNA is such.
We're still struggling into the mutual fund and you're talking about the AIF. Yes. You know, that kind of principle coming. So nice to hear about that. Your scheme information document, SID, suggests a conscious attempt to amalgamate various religious and ethical considerations into one framework. How confident are you about winning the trust of potential investors who may be coming from different diverse social and ethical backgrounds?
Interesting and complicated too, but we have tried, see there are 3 principles we have tried to imbibe. One is Jainism. In our culture we have this 5 Mahavrats we call them, like Ahimsa, like Satya and Asteya. These are the 3 broad, and then we have celibacy and Anuvratan. And second, if you see Christianity propagates stewardship, which is basically keeping the God's creation, in a proper manner, right? Which is
as a caretaker.
As a caretaker, basically environmental responsible investing. And third is Islamic principles, where we don't want to invest in haram, right? So we have tried to merge all the 3 principles. And that's what we have mentioned in our...
so you eliminate the sin stocks also. Can I call it a sin stock?
Yes.
So the sin stocks also eliminate. Okay, you have mentioned Ahimsa as the guiding principle for your scheme. Does this mean you will completely avoid investing in companies involved in arms, defense, ammunition, activities detrimental to human dignity and integrity?
Sir, absolutely. So when it comes to Ahimsa, definitely we will avoid all these defense, arms, ammunition, and it's just an extension of Ahimsa's principle of not investing into all these sin industries we just spoke about, alcohol, gambling, and animal killing industries.
So is there any provision if you can look into it for defense purpose, if not for aggression, but for defense purpose?
We can, like technology.
Depends on how the objectives of the company. Okay, fine, that's good. Okay, you have chosen Nifty 500 Sharia index as your benchmark. Since Nifty 500 Sharia excludes financial sector stocks, while your scheme document allows investment in debt securities, do you believe this is a right benchmark for your product? Or what forced you to take this product? You could have taken ESG, you could have taken any other benchmark.
So ESG थोड़ा अलग हो जाता है, different हो जाता है, and other than ESG, this was the only benchmark which is available. So we did not have an option, honestly. So we are in talks with the exchanges, and we are preparing a benchmark which basically match with the principles with which we have launched the fund.
It's not a prescription from the regulator.
It is a prescription from the regulator.
That you should have Sharia.
Because there is no other index.
Because there is no index.
No index. You have to create an index.
Yes,
so that's what we are doing as we speak. But we wanted to launch the fund because, as I said, AI, everything in our company is, matching the Ahimsa principles, matching ethical principles, matching ESG principles. So we didn't want to wait for the index to go live. So we have launched the fund, and then we are parallelly working on the index as well.
That leads me to another question. Do you think the time has come for the under the thematic schemes to have sub-categorization for Sharia or any other kind of themes or faith-based themes? Do you think the time has come? And how do you think the regulator would look at it?
Very interesting question again. Absolutely, because if you see world over, they have different categorization, syncing with the values of each set of investors. So I think it is time for India, it is time for the regulator also to look at sub-categorization, so that each one of us can have schemes, can have those kind of SIDs, those kind of mutual fund schemes which are close to our heart, and we can invest in them.
Yeah, in fact, I was just looking to the other day and examining it. Just one Sharia scheme if we have, and if it can be extended to the NPS, what kind of money that we can get.
Very true.
No? So I think they are already considering, there's a consultation paper where they're talking about making it 100% equity, gold is also added into it.
Yes.
I don't think you require anything more other than the annuity being replaced by SWP. What is your view on that?
No, absolutely. And for this particular compliance, we definitely will have to do that. And I think our regulator has been very advanced in terms of understanding and bringing out those schemes. And when we spoke to them about the separate index also, they were very, very, very upcoming that yes, you go and do it.
You didn't find any?
Not at all. In fact, they have been now following up with Jaldi Karo. Achha. And I am busy in this All India roadshows now.
Okay. So that's nice to hear about it. Ethical funds deploy distinct philosophies. ESG focuses on green, sustainability and governance. SRI on social criteria. Jain and Sharia compliant on religious filters. Internationally also, international markets routinely distinguish ESG, faith-based and thematic ethical funds, setting a precedent. And I think it is time, I strongly believe, like you said, that it is time that we make a collective kind of a representation and maybe in the media to show that there is a requirement for all communities, all beliefs to have their own space. Do you agree with this?
So absolutely. If you see in US, ESG funds gave 12.5% return first half year, and the other traditional funds gave a little over 9%. There was a study in Japan where they found out that more than 60% people are interested in ESG kind of a theme.
ESG.
In UK, they have more than 80% investing in these kind of, interested in these kind of themes. So now this is the time. We are the largest democracy.
Yeah, largest democracy.
And so many communities living together.
Absolutely.
It's time for us to do the same.
Absolutely. I'm so glad to hear that. Is there a stereotype about women in finance you have loved, proving that always makes you smile when you think about it?
Stereotype, I won't say stereotype. I think females are very versatile. And as I said earlier, extremely disciplined they are. Only thing is, as you know, financial literacy is very low. It's not up to mark currently, which is where engagement and communication is very important. If you see, as an AMC, we started with tier 3, tier 4 cities first. So I've been traveling non-stop across the country since the last 31, 32 days now. And not just metro cities, because if you see our entire journey, when we started in 2014, we didn't start with glittering towers of BKC or with tier 1 cities. We started with tier 3, tier 4 cities, identifying entrepreneurs there. So that journey is so close to my heart, and people get surprised, yaar, how do you manage, how do you do it? I said, I do it because I've been doing it for the last 12 years non-stop. The largest number of transactions in industrial clusters have been done by us. We have the largest private network of industrial clusters, which are companies. We have the largest private network. And so reaching out to these tier 2, tier 3, sectors and cities, and reaching out to women there, it is so heartening to see. While in every roadshow, I have hardly 5 to 10% females. So that's a problem, that's a concern I really have. But I think it's time for males also, to support the female at home. अगर वो मेल थोड़ा सा धक्का मार देंगे ना सर, I think they will do it. It's just about the little push we all need.
Maybe you should tell your staff now to do an IA piece exclusively for women.
Well,
and then they ask them to come with the parda or without parda, but only women. So only that will work. That will work.
Yeah.
That's one of the ways to do it. Now I have a very I don't know to call it sensitive, a very open question to you. I've studied your SID. Everything is there. It's just khichdi. You have, all about ahimsa. You have all about the sin stocks being removed. And then you have said that your Sharia scholars approved lift you will take for investment for the stocks. You have a Sharia index. But what is, something which is, I'm not comfortable with this, the debt portion of it, the 20% debt, the short selling, leverage. Now, these are all something which Sharia does not permit. So, can you just clarify what was in your mind to get all these things together when you clearly know that is not allowed in Sharia?
See, one is, as I said, there was no index, right? So that was the best. And as per SEBI, you need to follow 80%. Whatever index you choose, you need to follow 80%. So I completely reciprocate the principles, the problems which you are saying. I completely reciprocate that. So we are not going to invest into microfinance institutions where, a lot of exploitation we see around, money lenders and all. That is one part. Secondly, we are not investing into defense and others, pesticides and insecticides, which involves animal testing and all. Third, so all I'm trying to say, everything is followed. Only thing, we may like to invest in some banks.
You would like to invest in some banks?
We may like to invest in some banks.
So do you think, then I'm sure that you will not be able to get a certification from a third party, like the other 3 ethical funds.
True.
So how would you react to that?
So we are launching a separate fund.
You mean a separate fund? Another fund is coming?
Another ethical fund, which is...
Wow, yeah. That's very good news.
Yes.
So 2 ethical funds?
2 ethical funds.
Wow, that's fantastic.
So each and every Indian should be able to invest, sir. That's my... See, as a fund manager, as an owner, what is my dharma? My dharma is to offer products to each and every Indian of our country.
So happy to hear about it. I hope it will come soon.
Very soon.
So that's a good news for everybody. Not 1, 2 ethical funds from 1 fund house.
Yes.
I haven't seen them. It's really good. Thank you so much. My next question. Women now account for 26% of mutual fund investments and 33% of individual AUM. Despite this significant participation by the not so weak gender, why is SEBI planning incentives for fund houses to attract first-time women investors? As an MF Didi, do you have a role in this? See, I see it somewhere. I was reading the documents and found 15 rupees for some investor, woman investor. If it's a mutual fund distributor to which it is going, there's an incentive. You have gone to the extent of choosing a Didi for your managing the ethical fund. You are topper by being the head of it. So what is it there for people like us who are men?
So we have a MF Dost coming soon, sir.
Oh.
Next week we are launching MF Dost. So I
why?
equally love men the way I love females also.
Wow.
Only thing is because we are very few out there, at the leadership position. So it is our duty to uplift all the females around us.
I agree with that.
So that's the concept of MF Didi. Coming to your first question, honestly, if you ask any women, we don't need any incentive. We are capable enough to make a living, we are very hardworking, very disciplined we are, very focused we are. That's what I have seen all the females around me, wherever I have worked.
Especially the new generation.
New generation, absolutely. हम बहुत आत्मनिर्भर हैं, हम बहुत खुददार भी हैं. So मेरा मानना है कि incentive females को तो नहीं चाहिए. So उस incentives को ही और you use it somewhere else. No, there are a lot of infra pending in our country. Use it there. I don't think we females need incentives. और वो incentives दे के ना you make us बेचारी only.
Okay. And last question. What unique investment behaviors and preferences have you observed among women investors that differ from the male counterparts, especially in terms of taking the risk? They are risk averse, but they actually know how to manage the funds. If they can manage in the kitchen, I keep repeating this in my talks, that if women know how to manage the kitchen items, why can't they do it in the public, in the investments, when it comes to investment? How do you say?
Sir, if you see our ancestors, I think the females only always run the house. In all your bartans, you will find money. Aaj bhi, I'm sure a lot of money is hidden under most of the bartans, and we saw during Demon how much money came out. So women are traditionally very empowered to manage money. They know how to manage their finances very well. Now, secondly, come to what is missing today. Missing today is when we have children. That time we have seen most females leave their, the current job, or they take a break.
Life stages, life different life.
So that's where we believe we will, as an AMC, female-focused, female-driven AMC, we will bring out those kind of SIPs which allows them flexibility. That if you want to stop your SIP for few months, or you want to reduce your amount, so those kind of flexibility I'll allow females to do. Secondly, when it comes to risk aversion, see, females are risk aware, right? That's why you see speculation and all these gaming, and they are never there. Yeah, they are never there. So they know ki they are risk aware. But when it comes to risk aversion, what is the gap is communication. That's where AMCs like us are playing a role, are educating them and creating more MF Didis. And why MF Didi is important here? So a female's problem, a female can only understand.
Absolutely, I agree.
So we need more female distributors who will in turn encourage more females to come to this, channelize their savings into investments.
Yeah, I fully agree with you. And I think there should be a participation for both the genders. Each one has got, both are equal, but not the same. That's what I believe in. Both are equal, but not the same.
Both are absolutely equal. And traditionally, we have, keep repeating, we have been bestowed with a lot of responsibilities. But what the problem which I have been seeing, and being, a proud Indian, I always keep saying this, that GDP contribution of females is very less. That's where, I believe MF Didi is such an empowering, movement, where all these females who needed flexibility, who needed Atmanirbharta, who needed financial training, are being, drawn to the mainstream. And aap sochiye, they will, mutual fund penetration, sir, is hardly 5% today. Whereas if you see gaming and all, the penetration is much, much more in our country. And the digital penetration, we are a savings-driven economy, youngest democracy, and all those things. All things are right. What is missing now for the GDP to grow at a much larger level is female participation. And through this MF Didi movement, I believe if I can have at least 10% more females, contribute, our GDP would increase by 12%. So those are the numbers we as an AMC...
You wanted to go by 12%. Any idea how many active women MFDs are there?
Very few. All these males have ARNs in their females' name. That's the biggest problem. So, but what we are trying to do is all the sleeping partners, we are just trying to make them active. So those females who have ARNs also, we have requested them that aap aaiye, join kijiye training programs, because it's not only about the financial training, not only about NISM training, we are teaching them how to do sales. See, आपके पास ARN तो आ गया. If you don't know how to sell, right? In any entrepreneurship, in any business, what is the first important point is how to sell. So we are teaching them how to sell, how to communicate, how to handle rejection. And last, just to close the entire loop, what we have done, for example, there's a Didi of Hyderabad. In Hyderabad, we have our beautiful large mutual fund distributors. They all have agreed, to give practical sessions to these MF Didis. So a Didi based out of Ranchi will get practical training there after once she is through with our training program. Didi based out of Bhubaneswar will get a practical training in Bhubaneswar. So we have tried to close all loopholes, all kind of problems which a Didi could face, so that we want that in at least 15 working days she should be ready to make money for herself.
Right.
And sir, just 5 crore AUM if a Didi can achieve, and it is very easy.
Is it?
Right? MF mutual fund distribution 5 crore in our community only she can do that.
Correct.
So once she achieves 5 crore, more than 40,000 per month is what she gets.
This is very good.
With so much of flexibility.
Absolutely. I agree. I fully agree with you. Okay. We have a rapid round. This is the last one. Kadak tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Crypto, yes or no?
No.
Purity or profit?
Purity with profit.
Purity with profit. Okay, that's a good one. Mutual funds or direct stocks?
Always mutual funds and mutual fund distributors.
Thank you so much. Simple or grand wedding?
Very, very simple. Very simple.
Very simple. Okay.
किसको दिखाना है सर?
बिल्कुल सही है. शादी करना है हमारे को. दिखाने की क्या बात है? Sabzi mandi bargain or stock market negotiation? Where's the real challenge?
I think we all have reached that level. The sabji mandi में तो bargain we don't do. We never do.
We don't do.
मुझे ज़्यादा देके आ जाती हूँ मैं तो.
That's a good night. That's a good thinking. Retirement planning, more about numbers or dreams?
So dreams actually retirement से पहले होनी चाहिए. Because retirement, I don't think घुटने वुटने बचने वाले हैं कि we will be able to, like if I want to climb Mount Everest. But retirement planning at a young age is very important, especially for females, because they will have a lot of gaps during their career.
And even otherwise, the life expectancy of a woman is higher. But a lot of people, women don't realize it, that life expectancy is much higher. Okay, how do you see ethical funds evolving? Niche product or new mainstream?
Mainstream nowadays. I think even millennials, like I'm a millennial, even Gen Z are asking for, products which align with their values.
Very good. Okay, Jane, ahimsa, which means non-violence, or Sharia, which means no riba, no interest. Which principle do you think is trickier for the Indian investor to accept?
Interest portion wala thoda mujhe tricky lagta है. Other than that, I think both are same.
So both are same?
Other than riba, both are same.
Good. If you could launch a fund with single word in its name, what would it be? Zen, faith, or fortune?
All three.
You know how to balance. Huh? You know how to balance. That's really good. What is the one financial habit your younger self would totally rebel against?
Younger self will totally rebel against?
Yes.
So when I was very young, I used to have a lot of herd mentality. जब क्या होता है, जब आपके पास पैसे नहीं होते, when you see others making money, you feel, what they are saying is true. So I used to invest in direct stocks earlier, but now if you see completely disciplined, I have zero portfolio. I would be the only founder जिसका zero portfolio है. I work with that discipline, that trust, that integrity.
Really?
Really.
You mean it?
100%.
I believe, when you say that, I'll believe it. Okay, thank you so much. That's one last one. What is that one early pilot twist or ninja move from your younger self that turned you into an ultimate woman's man of finance today?
I think rest things aside, I think environment is very important. I always sanitize my environment. Let me tell you, I have zero friends. Because as I said, I have too much to do, too much on my plate, too much dreams I have. I make very, very unachievable vision boards, and I have achieved also in the last 12 years. So what is important is, since we have limited time, so it's important how to utilize the time. So I don't spend my time in networking and social and other things. Whatever time I get, I like to spend it with myself. And rest, I am always in office. If you ask me, Madhu, Mumbai में ये चीज़ कहाँ है? I can never tell you. Because मैं सिर्फ घर से अपने ऑफिस का रास्ता जानती हूँ, and then I am always around in tier 2, tier 3 cities.
Committed.
Extremely. To another level.
So I can see that when you are such, you can see me at this age, I don't have time.
Right.
No, people ask me, I don't have time. But I do, all my time is productive time.
True.
That's what it is. So I think that's a very nice kind of a talk that I had with you. Thank you so much for participating with us and spending your time. Thank you so much for this exciting, very involved kind of a talk. It's not Didi, it's MF Didi. There are two Didis in India. One in politics, the other in industry, finance industry. And she's not a Didi, she's a MF Didi. This is how you need to distinguish. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Mahadip Sam.
Thank you. Thank you.